Good morning to all and welcome to the session, the Hindu Editorial Analysis for Proficiency in English. Today's editorial is all about a tragic incident that happened in Nepal and it is related to aviation safety. There are a few important words, that way it is an important editorial. Let us start the session with editorial vocabulary. The very first word, grim. As I said, it's all about a tragic incident, and the very first word, grim, has a negative connotation. Part of speech, adjective. Very serious or gloomy. In this context, gloomy, sad, grim images. Part of speech, adjective, very serious or gloomy. Wreckage. The word wreckage, the word goes with the ships, usually. Sometimes it goes with aircraft. Wreckage, part of speech, noun. The remains of something that has been badly damaged or destroyed. Ship wreckage, and wreckage also goes with aircrafts. Wreckage, an important word. And you can also use a short form, shipwreck, that's a noun, shipwreck. And the scattered parts, for that there's a word. What is that word? Debris. The last letter S is silent, debris. Trek, it could be a noun, it could be a verb. A long, arduous journey, especially one made on foot. And there are two words here you have to think of. One is trekking, the other one hiking. You may ask, sir, what is the difference between trekking and hiking? Trekking usually goes with mountain regions. Hiking usually goes with lowlands. Mountain trekking. Trek, it could be a verb, it could be a noun. In this context, a noun. Scenic, beauty, a typical combination. Part of speech, adjective, providing or relating to views of impressive or beautiful natural scenery. When you look at something, a beautiful landscape, then you use the word scenic beauty. Careful with spelling. There is another word, cynical, that has a negative connotation. Treacherous, an important word. One meaning, part of speech, adjective, one meaning, to betray someone, but not being loyal. But in this context, the second meaning, it goes with groundwater conditions. What does it mean? Presenting hidden or unpredictable dangers. Treacherous land means what? Hidden, with hidden or unpredictable dangers. Well honed, an important expression, part of speech, adjective. Have a skill or skills that are developed extremely well developed skill or skills, well honed skills. Terrain goes with geology and geography, part of speech, noun. A stretch of land, especially with regard to its physical features. Lurk, we have got many a time, part of speech, verb. Be or remain hidden so as to wait in ambush for someone or something. Lurk goes with, it has a negative connotation. It goes with danger, it goes with harm, something harmful, something dangerous. Be or remain hidden, not visible, hidden, so as to wait in ambush. Ambush, an important word. You hide and you try to attack. When usually this goes with big cats, lions, tigers, they try to ambush the prey. They hide and they pounce upon the prey for someone or something. Jagged, it's a new word we have got for the first time, part of speech, adjective, with the rough, sharp points protruding. Protrude means to come out. Fickle, it goes with minded, fickle minded person. Part of speech, adjective, obviously. Changing frequently, especially as regards one's loyalties or affection. Some people today they say something, tomorrow something else, day after tomorrow. Completely a different stand. Then we say that person is fickle minded. Fickle, part of British English. For the same fickle-minded person, Americans say scatterbrain. He is a scatterbrain, American English. He is fickle-minded, British English. Maneuver, an important word, part of speech, noun. A movement or series of moves requiring skill and care. It goes more with skill, maneuver, an important word. Crew, usually this goes with ships and aircrafts. Part of speech, noun. A group of people who work on and operate a ship, as I said, ship or aircraft. Cabin crew, we use the word crew. Contentment, an important word, part of speech noun, a state of happiness and satisfaction. You are satisfied with your position, then you can use the word contented. Blip, a new word we have got for the first time, part of speech noun, an unexpected, minor, and typically temporary deviation from a general trend. There is a general trend, from that, a minor deviation, we use the word blip. I'm sure you guys know the word era, part of speech noun, a long and distinct period of history. It goes with the time period. Paving way, idiomatic expression, what does it mean? To make something easier for something to happen or someone to do something. Pave way for success, pave way for progress, for growth, typical combinations. Now let us go to the editorial. What is this editorial about? It is about a tragic incident that happened in Nepal. Safety first. Based on that, obviously, accident, we talk about safety. But safety first, you cannot make out. When you read the next sentence, you get an idea what it is about. Nepal should not sacrifice aviation safety for the sake of commercial tourism. There are two things over here. One is, oh, welcome to the session. One is commercial tourism, the other one, safety, aviation safety. What is more important for survival? Obviously, aviation safety is important. Then comes commercial tourism. So this says Nepal should not. The helping verb should. It has two functions. One, it is used to advise or suggest someone. The other one, it is used to express a possibility, but the chances are less. Nepal should not sacrifice aviation safety for the sake of commercial tourism. Not advisable. Now it talks about, starts with what exactly happened, and based on that, this editorial has been written. The tragic incident. The grim images of the wreckage of a Tara AD Havilland DHC 6300 twin otter aircraft in Nepal have once again highlighted the complexities of ensuring aviation safety in one of the most challenging environments in the world, and in regulating the mountain nations' short takeoff and landing stall flights that are a tourist draw. A lengthy sentence, it's like a paragraph. But before you try to understand, first you have to know the meanings of two words. One is grim. As I said, this has a negative connotation. Because of that, it has been used. It goes with an accident or an unfortunate incident. Images, that means what? It is an adjective. Grim means very serious or gloomy. The grim images of the wreckage, an important word. Both the words are very important. Wreckage, the remains of something that has been badly damaged or destroyed. Ship and aircraft, usually we use with these two, wreckage. And here you have to recollect the rule, aircraft, same singular or plural, we use aircraft. But in the newspaper, modern English, you may come across people using the word aircraft, or you may come across in the Hindu paper the word aircraft. But do remember, when it comes to competitive exams, we don't consider three things. One is conversational English, second is American English, third is modern or current English. When it comes to competitive exams, we go with standard British English. Based on that, aircraft's not correct. It should be aircraft, spacecraft. And that rule you have to recollect. The grim images of the wreckage of a particular aircraft. Otter. Otter is the name of an animal. There's a particular group, otters and beavers. They belong to the same family. It is amphibian in nature. It is a mammal, but amphibian. It lives in water, it lives on land, otter, and beavers also, but spends a lot of time in water. Otter aircraft in Nepal, it has proved something. The images have once again, see here, the grim images, that is a subject. After that, a lot of words to add more information. But this you may get as a question in competitive exams, because the subject has been separated from the verb. In between, there are a few phrases, and definitely that results in confusion. But when it comes to subject verb agreement, you have to know what the subject is. Then you have to put the phrases and clauses in brackets and cross check. The grim images, images plural. So have once again highlighted. No need to get confused. Plural, plural verb. highlighted what? The complexities of ensuring aviation safety in one of the most challenging environments in the world. If you take the Himalayas, the mountain range, definitely quite challenging, a lot of complexities. Ensuring aviation safety in one of the most challenging environments in the world, and in regulating the mountain nation's short takeoff and landing STOL flights that are a tourist draw. That means what? Tourists get attracted to that. Something is a draw means popular. Tourists get attracted to that. So here there is one, it is an acronym. Then you may wonder what is the difference between an abbreviation and an acronym. When you pronounce the letters of different words, the first letter you take from different words of each word, you pronounce each letter, that is called abbreviation. For example, BBC, British Broadcasting Corporation. But if you take the first letters of different words and you form a word, then it is called an acronym. STOL flights, short takeoff and landing flights that are a tourist draw attraction. It talks about any editorial related to a particular accident, unfortunate incident. You have to be prepared. It provides it talks about the actual incident, then it talks about the safety measures, and in reality, ground reality, what are the facts and what is going on, and what has to be done to prevent in future similar accidents or unfortunate incidents. The plane, now it talks about the actual incident, what exactly happened. The plane with 22 passengers, including an Indian family, was on an air trek along the scenic yet aerially treacherous Pokhara to Jomsom route on Sunday when it lost radar contact at around 13,000 feet. So this is what exactly happened. The plane, ill-fated plane with 22 passengers, including an Indian family, the entire Indian family, husband, wife, and two kids, got wiped out, unfortunately, including an Indian family, was on an air trek. Here, there's one important word: air trek. Trek, a long, arduous journey, especially one made on foot. Usually, it goes with mountain region, trek. Lowland areas, we use the word hiking, trekking, hiking, related words. Along the scenic, another important word. So many words are there. Scenic, providing or relating to views of impressive or beautiful natural scenery, something that is beautiful, a beautiful landscape. We use the word scenic beauty. The place is known for scenic beauty. Yet, contrasting information, we use the word yet. Here it is a conjunction. Aerially treacherous. Treacherous has two different meanings. One meaning to betray someone, betrayal. What is the meaning of the word betray? Not to be loyal, backstabbing. But in this context, the second meaning, what does it mean? And it goes with groundwater conditions presenting hidden or unpredictable dangers. A place that is dangerous, hidden with hidden dangers. Treacherous, a particular place, Pokhara to Jomsom route, on Sunday. When did it happen? On Sunday. Someone wanted to know. The answer is here. When it lost radar contact at around 13,000 feet. STOL operations call for well-honed piloting skills. There's one important expression, well-honed. Have a skill or skills that are developed extremely well. That means what? You should be good at something. STOL operations call for, demand for, an important phrasal verb. Well-honed piloting skills. You got to be very good at flying. And as 3D terrain maps, terrain, it goes with geography and geology, a stretch of land, especially with regard to its physical features. You talk about the physical features, terrain. Terrain maps of the flight path show danger lurks in every corner in the form of jagged peaks, narrow passes, and fickle weather. That zone is a dangerous zone. It talks about that. And for that, because it's a dangerous zone, you got to be very good at flying. It demands or calls for well honed piloting skills. And as 3D terrain maps of the flight path show, danger lurks. There's one important word, lurk, means what? Be, remain, or hidden so as to wait in ambush for someone or something. Usually, this word goes with predators, it goes with enemies. War, we use the word war or clashes or predators pouncing upon the prey. Lurk, hide and attack. For that, we use the word ambush. In every corner, in what is the form? In the form of jagged. Jagged means a new word with rough, sharp points protruding. Protrude means to come out, protruding, protruded. Narrow passes in the form of jagged peaks, narrow passes, and fickle weather. Usually, the word fickle goes with persons. Fickle minded person, scatterbrain, means what? Changing frequently. Here, fickle weather, what does it mean? It is not constant. Here, you have to recollect the difference between weather and climate. What is the difference? Weather goes with a particular day, the different factors, temperature, humidity, all these. But climate is a pattern of weather for a lot of time, for 100 years or 200 years. We use the word climate. But every day, that's the reason why when you watch TV, they don't say climate report, they say weather report. No, both are entirely different. Lurk means to hide so that you can attack, you can ambush. But sneak means to go out secretly, sneak out. Both are entirely different. Sneaking, if the session is not interesting, you sneak out. Offline classes, I'm talking about. The small unpressurized craft used in this particular sector, what is the aircraft used? The small unpressurized craft used in this sector operate at a ceiling of 13,000 feet from the sea level and are airborne, an important word. You have to recollect bear, bore, born. The past participle form, born, born, that goes with giving birth, always used in passive voice, and borne, it means to carry something. Airborne, the load was borne by the donkey, borne, means what? Carried by the donkey. And we also use with airborne diseases, waterborne diseases, means what? Carried by water, waterborne disease. And exam point of view, this is an important word. You should not get confused between born, born, borne, born. Pronunciation is the same, but spelling is different. Meaning is also different. For a short duration, oxygen supplies are needed for all passengers if flights exceed over 30 minutes above 13,000 feet. So it talks about what exactly the safety measures, all that. Flights are characterized by maneuvers. Maneuver, an important word, a movement or series of moves requiring a special skill and care. Maneuver. Do remember it's an important word, and you may get it under misspelled words. A lot of people don't know how to spell this word properly or correctly. So you got to spend some time to get the correct spelling of this particular word. Flights are characterized by maneuvers of 90-degree turns in valleys that have, at times, just a wing length clearance. That means beyond that, it's very tight, and you have to be very good at flying. Wing length clearance, that means very risky. Slightest mistake, it's gone. And as in any competitive tourism market, crowded with various stall operators, it's a competitive field. That means what? You come across a lot of stall operators. There are many pressures that can tell on the crew. They have to face a lot of problems, and there's a lot of pressure because it's a commercial market, highly crowded, and there's cutthroat competition. Crew, this goes with ships and aeroplanes, a group of people who work on and operate a ship, aircraft, etc. Commercial stress points such as not having wasted fuel movements and ensuring passenger contentment by pushing the envelope of crucial visual flight rules. There's a lot of pressure on the tour operators or stall operators, keeping the commercial aspects in mind. Commercial stress points such as not having wasted fuel movement. They should not waste a lot of fuel. They have to save. That is commercially beneficial. And one more thing, they have to make the tourists happy, obviously, ensuring passenger contentment. There's one important word. Contentment means what? Satisfaction, happiness. By pushing, but in that process, this is a problem. By pushing the envelope of crucial visual flight rules, here they violate. They push means breaking something, breach the envelope of crucial visual flight rules. Not following, VFR is cited as a main cause of accident in Nepal's toll operations. This is the actual reason. There are certain rules we have to follow. Everyone has to follow the rules and abide by the rules. But once you break the rules or there's a breach, obviously it results in some sort of unfortunate incident. And this is a typical example. Not following VFR is quoted, as the main cause of accidents in Nepal's toll operations. So is Nepal pushing the boundaries in air safety? That's a question. Data, now to answer that, the editorial provides the data. Data put out by the Civil Aviation Authority of Nepal showed domestic air travel having risen, an important expression, perfect participle, having risen. It's a non-finite verb by 15.45% in 2018, though registering a dip in 2019-20, largely on account of travel restrictions following the global COVID-19 pandemic. On the higher side, rising, progressive, except for 2019-20 because of courtesy, thanks to COVID-19 pandemic. But interestingly, country data over the past 10 years have shown a sharp drop in the accident rate in general. In general, the accident rate, the number has come down. The only blip, a new word we have got for the first time, you have to recollect rise, rose, risen, raise, raised, raised. Only blip means an unexpected minor and typically temporary deviation from a general trend. Being a rise in helicopter incidents with growing copter operations in logistics, relief, and rescue and tourism. They started using more choppers. Helicopter, we also use the word chopper. They started using more choppers for operations in logistics, relief, and rescue, and also tourism. And generally, the number has come down, the number of accidents, but particularly, specifically, the only blip related to choppers, the number has gone up. In the same time frame, the stole sector has seen a higher rate of accidents than trunk route air operations. Stole sector has seen a higher rate of accidents than trunk route air operations. Logistics go with transportation, sending goods from one place to another place. For that transport, we use the word logistics. Supply chain. Of the 19 accidents, 16 were stole aircraft. Very unfortunate. The number is very high. Of the 19 accidents in the same time frame, 16 were stole aircraft. Accident analysis has shown controlled flight into terrain, runway excursions, and loss of control in flight as the leading causes. This talks about the reasons behind the number of accidents, 16 out of 19. One is controlled flight into terrain. Second, runway excursions, not the place for excursion, and loss of control in flight as the leading causes. A more realistic check lies in the Universal Safety Oversight Audit Program of the International Civil Aviation Organization, monitoring safety oversight obligations by all 193 member states as of June 2022. This talks about sticking to or going with Universal Safety Oversight Audit Program conducted by or belongs to the International Civil Aviation Organization. It monitoring safety oversight obligations by all 193 member states as of June 2022, in which Nepal's scores. It last participated in the program in 2017. Nepal's scores dropped in organization and accident investigation. These two areas, the Nepal scores dropped. Two things: one, organization; second, accident investigation. In an era of improving, an important word goes with the time period, a long and distinct period of history. In an era of improving global air safety, Nepal needs to scale a crucial summit by working on pending legislation that unbundles its civil aviation body into a regulator and service provider, paving the way for a full-fledged safety system and in turn enabling safer stole operations. The editorial ends on a note that goes with a suggestion. It is rather suggestive. So what Nepal is supposed to do what? Nepal needs to scale a crucial summit by working on pending legislation. If they work on pending legislation that unbundles, it results in civil aviation body into a regulator and service provider that pave the way idiomatic expression, make it easier for something to happen or someone to do something. For a full-fledged safety system, then everyone is safe and in turn enabling safer stole operations. Because out of 19 accidents, 16 go with stole operations. They have to do something immediately about that. That's all about today's editorial, and definitely a lot of new words we have come across. Let us have a quick look at important questions to test your comprehension skill based on the editorial. The first one: what is this editorial about? What have once again highlighted the complexities of ensuring aviation safety. Always passage you have to read when you take the exam. Don't ignore the passage. 10 marks. You can easily get 7 out of 10. All that you have to do, read the passage quickly to get an idea what it is about. Focus on the main ideas. Focus on the keywords. When you try to get the answer related to a particular question, again try to focus on the keywords and look for those keywords in the passage, navigate, locate, you get the answer invariably. What do stole operations call for? Appraisal verb, demand for. Stole operations call for keywords. What is cited or quoted as the main cause of accidents in Nepal's stole operations? Keywords. In an era of improving global air safety, what does Nepal need to scale? Nepal needs to scale something. So you have to answer. I don't know how many of you are answering these questions, but if you make it a habit to answer these questions, answer not using keywords, writing the complete sentences. That will help in the long run. Mark my words. When you take the actual exam, when you read the passage, you try to answer the questions effortlessly, you will be able to answer. One advantage. Not only that, when it comes to descriptive paper, you will be able to answer, you will be able to write an effective essay and also very effective letters, whether formal or informal. Give me 2 minutes, not more than 2 minutes. I have launched three new courses: English course for banks, SSC, UPSC, SPSC, CLAT, CAT, all these exams, English course, and medium English, 6th June launch date, and time 8 a.m. And please go through the details after the session. Then one more, for the first time, I'm going to launch, that is on June 6th, bilingual course, English course, bilingual, Telugu English, not Hindi English. Date 6th June, time 11:30 a.m. Medium bilingual and grammar course. The first and the second live classes, this one recorded, not live classes, for banks, SSC, UPSC, APSC, or State Public Service Commission, any State Public Service Commission, CLAT, CAT, all these exams, 6th June, and no time as such because recorded. Look at the course fee, all those aspects later. Now our time is precious. If you want to enroll, you want to purchase the course, download the app Murthy's English, go to Google Play Store, type Murthy's English, download, then you come across all these courses you can purchase. But I'm starting these courses on June 6th. Now let us go to practice questions based on exam topics. The first 5 questions go with the error location. Please read the first sentence and try to spot the error. In a way, yes. She wanted to reach to home as early as possible because it was getting dark. Where is the error? She wanted to reach to home as early as possible because it was getting dark. Waste it wisely. Don't use the word waste. Time is precious. Don't waste it. Use it wisely. That's what we say, Priyanka. Use it wisely. She wanted to reach, no problem, to home. Before home, we should not use a preposition to. We have to strike it off. She wanted to reach home. Reach home, a standard expression. Reach home, get back home. One more expression is there, get back home. You can say reach home, get back home. Before home, don't use a preposition to. That is not correct. There is no error, third part, fourth part, and no error is not correct. There is an error in the second part. What is that? To should not be there before. And you have to recollect the difference between home and house. What is the difference? Wherever you live, that could be a cave, that could be a hut, that could be a mud house, a tile house, a bungalow, a mansion, a palace. The place where you live with your family is your home. But house is only a building. That difference you have to know. Let us go to question number 2 based on error location. Rohan's happiness knew no bound when the results were announced because he had won the competition. So, where is the error? You're welcome. Rohan's happiness knew no bound when the results were announced because he had won the competition. How come no response? Should not take so long. Very good. Murthy, you did not answer my question. Is it French? Which language is that? The last two words. No bounds. Very good. I appreciate that. I know you're good at English. Rohan's happiness knew no bounds. It's a standard phrase. Knew no bounds. Usually it is used in this way. Knew no bounds means beyond the limits, extremely happy, positive connotation. When the results were announced because he had won the competition. Very good. A lot of students have got it right. That is highly appreciable. And do remember it goes with a standard expression or a standard phrase. Now, sentence number 3. The weather is more warmer than it was a few days ago. The weather is more warmer than it was a few days ago. Where is the error? Same pattern they have given many a time in different competitive exams. It goes with what we call, how come today the lag time, more than 20 seconds, I suppose. A redundancy. Here, warm, warmer, warmest. Already it is in the comparative form. Then you cannot use one more. Warmer or more warm. What is the correct expression? Warmer. More should not be there. That is the error. Warmer than it was a few days ago. It goes with the question is about comparative form and redundancy. A vast numbers of people greeted the film star on his arrival at the airport. Exactly, superfluous. A vast numbers or a vast number. You don't have to go beyond the first part, but safe side, read the second part as well. A vast numbers of people, not correct. Number, we cannot use numbers. A vast number of people, then it is correct. A vast number of people. It goes with word forms. Right word, wrong form. The manager said that he wants to know the pros and cons of the issue. The manager said that he wants to know the pros and cons of the issue. This is based on speech. Direct, indirect speech. Easy to answer if you focus on the reporting verb. What is the reporting verb here said? And you have to recollect, it's a statement. You have to recollect the rule. What is the rule? If the reporting verb is in past, the tenses change to a corresponding past tense. The actual statement, you have to know what the actual statement is. The manager said, comma, inverted commas, I want to know the pros and cons of the issue. I want to know present tense, corresponding past tense, past tense. So present changes to past. Based on that, wants is not correct. It should be wanted. The manager said that he wanted to know the pros and cons of the issue. You have to always look at the reporting verb and check whether it is in present. And here you have to recollect the rule. If the reporting verb is in past, the tense is changed to a corresponding past tense. If the reporting verb is in present, present perfect or future, the tenses don't change to a corresponding past tense. That is also an important rule. Now, 5 questions based on misspelled words should not be that difficult, but for some students could be difficult. Otherwise, they won't give. If every question is easy, why should they conduct a test? We have different levels, beginners, intermediate, advanced, and those who are not good at English, below average, average, above average. Depends on your standards, easy, difficult. Some of these are from previous year's papers. So there is an error, the very first word. What is the spelling of dimension? It is not T, it is Sion. Nothing wrong with enlighten. Nothing wrong with canvas. Canvas, you can also write VAS. One goes with campaigning, elections, other goes with painters. Unfortunate, nothing wrong. So, answer is the first word is not correctly spelled. It is a misspelled word. Raging goes with fire, anger, extensive, privilege, exorbitant. Exorbitant means unreasonably priced, costly, expensive, exorbitant, degree, costly, expensive, more than that, unreasonably priced, exorbitant price. No, all correct, not correct. I'm sorry to say that. Yes, here the third word is not correct. Raging, it goes with fire, it goes with anger, extensive, intensive, extensive, wide range. Privilege, what is the spelling of privilege? It is not A. Privilege, 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 Lege, not LA. Exorbitant, unreasonably priced. Nothing wrong with that word. It's an important word. Respectable, excessive, lament, manipulate. Respectable position, respectable person. Nothing wrong with that. Excessive, too good is too bad, excess. Nothing wrong with that. Lament, feel bad about something. Nothing wrong with that. Yes, the fourth word is not correct. Manipulate. What is the correct spelling of manipulate? Manipulate. Manipulate. Manipulate someone, manipulate something. Twist or change. Presentable, commodity, accept, rebate, feel bad, cry, feel sad, feel guilty, negative connotation, lament. Presentable, nothing wrong with that. Commodity, nothing wrong, you got to be careful. Rebate, nothing wrong. But what is the spelling of accept? Except, accept. Answer is the third word is not correct. Misspelled word. This again, an important one. A lot of people make a mistake when it comes to this particular word. One of the words in question number 5 related to misspelled words. Continuous, mourning, someone's death, you mourn. Leisure, not leisure, leisure time means free time. Rampant means widespread. Corruption is rampant. So here, nothing wrong with mourn, nothing wrong with leisure, nothing wrong with rampant. The very first word spelling is not correct. What is the spelling of continuous? Nuous. Then it is correct. Nuous, continuous. A lot of people make a mistake. Continuous. Let us go to 5 questions based on phrase replacement. If it is correct, no correction required. The words in red not correct, choose one of the options. Being born in a certain family is not in our control. Definitely not in our control. Fate, F-A-T-E, fate, depends on one's fate. So being born in a certain family is not in our control. Be born, no. Taking born, by birth in a certain, no, no. Being born, I don't think there's a word like that. Answer is no correction required. Perfect. Being born, no correction required whatsoever. Sentence is grammatically, contextually, practically correct. I was taken back by his sudden comment on this issue. This is, you can answer this if you know the idiomatic expression. This is what the whole thing, idiom. If you know the idiom, what does it mean? Surprised a lot. If you're surprised a lot, you use this. So I was taken back by, that is not correct. Would be taken back, no. Was taken backwards, no. Was taken back for, was taken aback. This is a standard idiomatic expression. I was taken aback by his sudden comment on this issue. Answer is a fourth option. Perfect. Very good. But you have to know the idiomatic expression. Only then you'll be able to answer. Most of time, question number 3. Most of time, strangers have helped me in critical situations, difficult situations, critical situations. Means what? Surprised a lot. I have already given the meaning. I was taken aback means I was surprised a lot or shocked. More than shocked, surprised. Surprised a lot. Most of the time would have been correct. Many a time, hold that one. At time, not correct. At times would have been correct. More of, not at all correct. At odd period, no. Answer is the first option. Many a time. But you have to recollect the phrase many a takes a singular noun, a singular verb. Many a bird has visited. I will do it. It takes a lot of time because I've started practice questions here. That slide, we have to spend more time. Anyhow, I will try to squeeze in some time. Many a time takes a singular verb, a singular noun. But you have to understand here, many a time there's a comma. And many a time, time is in the singular form. There's a comma. Strangers, it has nothing to do with the phrase many a time. Strangers have helped me in critical situations. So many a time is perfect. Yes, yes, I will start that also. I will resume. I have known this industry since the last 2 decades. I'm sure you guys, you should be able to answer. You have come across, you know the difference between two prepositions. One is since, the other one for. We use the preposition since for specific time. We use a preposition for a time period. The last 2 decades, that is a time period, then we cannot use the preposition since. Since is ruled out, ever since ruled out, here from ruled out. For the last 2 decades, answer is a third option. Good. You have to answer, it's an easy one. India has always been primarily an agricultural country for the last 2 decades. India has always been what? Primarily an agricultural country. Very good, Murthys. No correction required. This sentence is in present perfect tense. What is the sentence pattern that goes with present perfect tense? Subject, have or has, and verb in past participle form. Usually we use an action verb. Here, The primary auxiliary to be has been used. And what is the past participle form of that? Been. India has always been primarily an agricultural country, so no problem, no correction required. Very good, that is highly appreciable. Let us go to idioms. Today, idioms are not, phrasal verbs, not easy. You got to be very careful. If you get all the five correct, you should be extremely happy. Five phrasal verbs. If you can get all the five, today is your day. Leave a place for a short time. Waiting for your response. Leave a place for a short time. No, no, not C. Not C. Answer is B. Nip out. B is the answer. Gradually reduce the quantity, strength, or value of something. Not no. What is the second one? No, first one is B. What is the second one? If you're not able to answer, go to the next one, do it that way. Finally, make a decision or come to an agreement about something. To achieve something like a win or record. Here, this is an easy one. Let us go with that one. A. Notch up. Reduce the number of possibilities, options, or choices. Then it is narrowed down. B. Nibble away, gradually reduce the quantity, strength, or value of something. For that, we use nibble away. Finally, make a decision or come to an agreement about something. For that, nail down on something. Who has got all the five correct? Leave a place for a short time, nip out. Gradually reduce the quantity, strength, or value of something, nibble away. Finally, make a decision or come to an agreement about something, nail down. To achieve something like a win or a record, notch up. Reduce the number of possibilities, options, or choices, narrow down. Not at all easy. I don't think. Have you got all the five correct? I don't think so. No one has got all the five correct. Four is good, Madhav. That is highly appreciable. Now let us go to quickly editorial vocabulary. Write the part of speech. Today, very difficult. That's what I said at the outset. Sometimes it has to be that way. Part of speech, adjective. Grim images. Gloomy, sad, serious. Answer is F. Wreckage, noun. Shipwreck, a typical combination. What does it mean? Remains of something that has been demolished or destroyed. H is the answer. Trek could be a noun, could be a verb. In this context, trek. Long, arduous journey. But air trek, a different meaning. Scenic beauty. That means adjective. Relating to views of impressive scenery. So A is the answer. Scenic beauty, related to something beautiful. Treacherous, adjective. One meaning, betray, but in this context goes with a condition, a situation, land or water condition, presenting hidden dangers. C is the answer. Well honed goes with skills, adjective. Have a skill that is well developed. G is the answer. Lurk, part of speech verb. Remain hidden so as to attack or ambush. B is the answer. Jagged, part of speech, noun. No, it is adjective. Jagged means what? With rough, sharp points protruding out. D is the answer. Fickle minded, fickle weather, changing frequently. That is adjective. Blip, noun, means what? Left with unexpected deviation from something that is generally goes in a particular way. E is the answer. That's all for today. Hope you guys have got enriched. Have a nice day. Do remember to subscribe and share and join the Telegram group. For that, after the session, you have to go to the description of the video and click on the